I'm this high school girl who can lift more than some of the men here. I went over to Germany to compete in the World Championships, which was my first international worlds competition since 2017, which is the year which I was diagnosed with leukemia blood cancer.
Oh my fuck, man, that's crazy.
Would you ever make a comeback?
I don't know. No, with my schedule nowadays, I find it incredibly difficult to even train.
It's crazy because I had no idea that I had cancer when I had cancer.
There are people who lift weights, and then there are people who lift life itself. Today's guest is a true warrior, a world champion powerlifter, a coach, and a survivor who turned pain into power. Yani Zhao was at the top of her game, breaking records, dominating platforms, when she was hit with a diagnosis that could have ended everything: leukemia. But instead of surrendering, she fought back. Through months of chemo, isolation, and uncertainty, she found strength where most would find fear. Months later, she came back stronger than ever, smashing world records, inspiring thousands, and proving that resilience is the real muscle.
If they're starting from square one now, let's just say in the next 2 years they want to be a world-class powerlifter, what would you recommend for them?
Find a...
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of 0.01 Podcast. Today we have Yani Zhao on the show. We are talking to a 2X world champion in powerlifting and national champion bodybuilding.
That's correct.
Oh my God. So powerlifting and bodybuilding, but in that journey as well, you suffered some major health issues as well, which I have a lot of respect for how you got to where you are today. I find it phenomenal to do what you do, and to also be not only a world record holder, or also national record holder.
World record holder at one point, and currently national record holder.
Okay, so world record holder at one point, national record holder, but also world champion in multiple disciplines, or one national champion and one world champion at multiple disciplines. But before we get to like the cool stuff, the trophies, the winnings, what's the story? I think you have quite a unique story. I just found out that you're not even from Sydney, so...
Yeah, well, I was born in China, migrated to Australia at 1.5 years old.
Okay.
So
where in China?
Nanjing.
Oh, you're from Nanjing? Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But I still speak a little bit of my Nanjing dialect with my family. My Mandarin is so-so.
Really?
It's enough to train Mandarin-speaking clients.
Okay, that's good enough then.
That's good enough. So I can do a combination of speaking as well as demonstrations. And then I grew up mostly in Melbourne from toddler age up until mid-20s. Mid-20s, I moved to Sydney.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
So all throughout high school, I was... spent a lot of time in the gym because I like to say that it was a good distraction from not studying.
Okay,
yes.
So were you into studying? Like, were you the study type, the studious type, the one that all the Asian parents love? Or were you kind of like not into it as much?
Well, I went to a Box Hill High School and half of our cohort was part of the selective learning program.
Yep.
So I was always surrounded by a lot of people who were trying to achieve high academics. And for me, I just thought that was normal to study all the time. It wasn't until I finished high school and I started teaching placements as a pre-service teacher that I realized, not all students study all the time.
That's true.
So growing up, I always thought I wasn't very studious, but looking back, I think I was okay.
Okay, good. Well,
but not at an Asian parents level standard.
Yeah, where it's like study every day. Yeah, I fully get that because I was like, I wasn't super studious as well. I just didn't like study. I just thought it was boring. I don't know. It wasn't stimulating enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then my older sister, my older cousin, they both got very high 90s ATARs and they were very studious and I only got in the 80s. So, yeah, big disappointment in the Asian family. What the hell happened to me?
Me too. I got in the 80s as well for my ATAR too. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you get to where you want to be as long as you get there. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Did you end up going to uni after that?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I studied health and physical education to be a teacher. After I finished my teaching degree, I moved to Sydney because a friend of mine was opening up Street Fitness, the gym in Sydney, and I moved up to help set up the gym. Told my mum I'll just go to Sydney for few months before I come back to Melbourne and start looking for work as a teacher, and never went back.
And you just stayed here.
Yeah.
So is your mum back in back in Melbourne or is she here?
All my family is back in Melbourne.
Oh, so
and
you're here, you're solo.
yeah,
Oh my
just
God.
me.
Fun times.
Yeah. Well, I have my partner here in Sydney now.
Which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
How nice. How nice. So tell me about your fitness journey. Like you have quite a unique journey. Fitness. When did you get started? Why did you get started? Obviously, you studied health, and so you can go down and become a teacher in that aspect. But what got you into fitness for yourself?
Well, when I was 12, I first joined the gym.
At 12?
I'm 12 years old. I
Okay.
may have told the staff there that I was, I think, 16 or something, the age that you needed to be to join the gym. But my sister and cousin were both members there, and they invited me to go to the gym with them, so then I did.
And you liked it?
Yeah, well, it first started, it was just a lot of group fitness classes and body pump yoga classes, things like that.
But they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, they
Good
are
entry
fun.
point.
Yeah. And then eventually I found myself to the weights room and I was like, oh, I'm this high school girl who can lift more than some of the men here. This is
Okay. All right. Good roast. But yes, that's awesome.
yeah. It was a very empowering feeling to have. And then I did realize that I enjoyed lifting weights a lot more than I did, running. And I actually got flipped off a treadmill once in high school.
Oh my God.
It was pretty traumatic because I was running on the treadmill and then I tripped and then the treadmill flung me onto the wall and then I bounced off the wall back on the treadmill and the treadmill bounced me back on the wall.
Yes. Like ping pong.
I know.
Oh my God.
So that's, me and cardio in high school.
How fun.
So then I stuck to the weights.
Nice.
Once I finished high school, a high school friend of mine invited me to go to the powerlifting club in university. So off we went to the powerlifting club.
But you had been lifting at that stage for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, already been lifting, but just lifting, not really structured training.
Okay.
And
no guidance, or you weren't doing like bodybuilding lifting or anything like that. Just kind of lifting for the sake of lifting.
The gym that I was training at gave us some programs that we could follow, but it wasn't anything specific. Yeah. More for Gen Pop. Joined the powerlifting club. The head coach there saw some potential in myself and my friend, and we did our first powerlifting comp a month later.
Oh, crazy. One month later.
Yeah, joined in January, competed in February.
Yeah.
At the first comp, I had no idea what I was doing.
How old were you then?
18.
Okay.
Yeah. And I asked the referee there, excuse me, which lift goes first here? He thought I was joking, but I was actually serious because I had no idea.
Okay.
Turns out it was a squat, bench, then deadlift, SBD.
Yeah, SBD, that's right. And so how did that go for you? Do you remember your numbers from your first comp?
Yeah, my first comp I squatted 140, benched I think 72 or 77, and deadlifted 160 I think.
What weight category?
Under 84s.
Under 84s, wow, crazy.
Yeah.
What numbers?
So I'm pretty sure every single lift was a junior national record at my first competition.
So you held the junior national record at the first comp?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
And then
And you're the girl that went to the judge and went, well, what am I lifting right now? What's coming up? What's next? That's insane.
Yeah, so I think I was just born with natural strength, and then
Are your parents strong?
They're not really into lifting weights.
Yeah.
They're more they hate me lifting weights as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But were they always like strong builds or anything like that?
I guess my mum is built a bit more strong than your typical Asian lady.
Yeah.
She's a little bit taller. She doesn't have lots of muscle mass on her.
Okay.
But just built bigger than your typical little Asian lady.
Big boned, as they say, right?
Oh, yeah. I guess you could use that term.
Oh, interesting. So you were already breaking records in your first competition. How did that feel for you?
I look back at videos when I was 18 and I was just so excited, having so much fun, just doing what I knew how to do. Nowadays, I guess I'm a little bit older now. I'm 30 this year, and I get happy and excited, but not as excited as when I was 18.
Yeah, fair enough. Because it's the first time as well, it's like a new thing. But now you're like, how many competitions do you reckon you've done now?
I used to have a spreadsheet of all the competitions that I used to do,
I
and
used to
now
go
just
full anal about it, like tracking every number.
and then eventually they actually came out with Open Powerlifting, which is an online database which tracks
cool.
all your competitions for you. So now I
there
don't
you
have
go.
to
There you go.
keep track of my competitions anymore, except the first few competitions because that was so early on. It's not even in the database.
Yeah. And that was like, what, 10 years ago almost? More than 10 years ago.
2014, 15,
10,
14,
11,
14.
11
Yeah.
years ago. Crazy to think that that was 11 years ago.
I know.
We're getting old.
We are.
Crazy. That's awesome. So from there, how many powerlifting competitions would you do a year, do you reckon?
Well, back then I'll probably do 3 to 4 competitions a year,
Okay.
which is a lot. Like nowadays, my body just falls apart if I try to do that many.
Oh, really? When was
Yeah.
the last competition you did recently?
In June.
Oh, in June. How did you
Yeah.
go? What numbers did you get there?
It wasn't my best performance,
Okay.
but it was a very meaningful competition. I went over to Germany to compete in the
Wow.
World Championships,
Wow.
which was my first international worlds competition since 2017, which is the year which I was diagnosed with leukemia blood cancer.
Crazy. So yeah, cancer it's insane. So for you, this year was this year the comeback year or wasn't the comeback year for you?
It was meant to be a comeback year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Training was going really, really well up until a month before the competition. That month, my mum had a stroke.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a little bit sad.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. She's back home now.
Which is good.
Yeah,
She's
it
all right.
was
She's doing
very
okay.
scary month before the comp because she wasn't even at home. She was on an airplane.
How about an airplane?
Yep, flying to Hong Kong and Taiwan just for a holiday.
Oh my God.
And of course, rushed overseas, spent a good few weeks in Hong Kong while she was in ICU. Tried to train whilst I could, but head just wasn't in it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's okay.
Oops.
That's okay. No.
But the silver lining was she was flown back to Australia 2 days before I was due to fly to Europe for my competition. So having her back home
That's
meant,
good.
I felt much better to still go to the competition, not perform the best that I could, but
you still went. And that's what matters. You know, the hard part obviously is life gets in the way. And I mean, it's safe to say that you have done all of this with all the challenges in your way. And yeah, it's hard. You okay?
I'm okay. Sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. I mean, it's okay to be emotional. It's tough. And it
Growing
is
up,
very
I was
hard.
never told it's okay to be emotional.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's the Asian household. You can't cry. You know, all it is, you have to listen to your parents.
Yes.
So, yes, you can absolutely cry if you want.
Thank you.
We've had guests cry as well on the show. So, yeah, it is hard. Like, I can't imagine what it's like to have your mum, you know, someone who's so close to you go through something so traumatic
Yeah.
as well. And then you're having to compete as well. It's like a critical moment in your life. And it's like the juggle of family and career/profession. It's extremely difficult. So props to you.
Thank
Still got
you.
it done.
Thank you.
And you pulled some big numbers for sure. What did you end up doing?
I think squatted maybe 185 or 190. I can't remember what my opener was.
Yeah.
Benched 120 something, I think, and deadlifted 200.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Pretty much, those were like my peak, or getting close to my peak numbers were when I was lifting as well back in the day. I think what did I max out on? I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've lifted very, very heavy. I think my max squat was 195.
Nice.
My max bench was 135, so I didn't even get up to 140 at that stage. And then my max dead was 230, I think it was. That was it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was all I could get up
What
to.
year was that?
That was probably like 2017, 2018 probably. Yeah,
Oh,
2017,
amazing.
2018.
Yeah.
Long time ago now. I haven't trained properly in a while. Like I was mentioning to you before off air, I used to be in fitness for quite a while. So 10 years I was in fitness, and then for me I just got really tired of it. And then so props to you for being in fitness, training, now being a trainer, but also being able to perform at world-class level.
Thank you.
It's not easy. You know.
I'm curious to know, did you have a trainer when you were a trainer?
No, I didn't have a trainer myself. So I did everything self-taught, never really had a trainer. Because I didn't really think to myself I ever wanted to compete or anything. I just wanted to push myself and, go through that process of learning and building up my own strength. So when I got to the numbers that I got to, I never really had a trainer. I never had anyone look over me.
Yeah.
I used to just train with friends who now compete quite seriously as well. So I guess from a fundamental point of view, we were always just looking out for each other, but never a real serious trainer to kind of help us build that fundamental. So I think I did okay being like self-taught and whatever. But I think a lot of people don't also understand the importance of having a good trainer in your life.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes a huge difference, huge difference. And I think I would have probably gone a lot further if I took powerlifting like seriously during my
for
peak
someone
training periods.
who just had no structured training.
Yeah, I thought I did okay.
Yeah, that's some
I did
pretty
all right.
decent numbers.
Yeah.
If you could talk to Alan back in 2017 or 18, would you try and convince him to get a trainer?
I think at that stage I probably would. I'd be like, if you wanted to take this seriously, get a proper trainer, go for a full proper training cycle and do a competition. I think I was at a stage in my life where it was a choice of whether I wanted to pursue my career in business or whether I wanted to pursue kind of like my health goals at that stage. Because I remember it was very clear, like I just finished cutting weight. So I was at about 88 kilos, then I cut down to 79 kilos. And at 79 kilos, I did like a 1RM test. I remember this quite clearly. I was at Crunch Fitness Rockdale. And that day I was at 79. I was probably at about 9% body fat. And I still went on to squat rack. I still did 185 that day for my 1 rep max. And I deadlifted 220 for my 1 rep max that day. And I was benching, I think it was like, I was doing like 110, 120 for reps, and then I got up to, I think it was 130 for my 1 rep max at that weight. I think I lost a lot of strength on the bench from when I was cutting weight.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised. I could still squat like quite heavy whilst I was low. So 79 kilos, that's when I was at my kind of lowest. I was 9% body fat, 79 kilos, and my numbers were still doing all right. And at that stage, I was like, fuck, I should probably compete, these would be decent numbers. But there's a lot stronger 83 kilo guys nowadays. I look at the numbers nowadays and I'm like, I'd get wiped so hard.
Yeah, well, everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. And it's crazy. I see some of the numbers now because I still see some of my friends training and lifting, and it's incredible. Like it's incredible. Like my training partner back then, he is now, I think he's like squatting 270 or 260 or something. He had a very, very, very heavy squat, very heavy deadlift now recently. Oh, I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, he's doing very big numbers now.
That's very respectable.
I'm like, fuck, man, that's crazy.
Would you ever make a comeback?
I don't know. No, with my schedule nowadays, I find it incredibly difficult to even train. So my goal for myself is after I finish all of my business trip this year, I want to really try to take my health a little bit more seriously. Yeah. So I'm just trying to at least get some movement back in.
Hold you accountable to that.
I know.
When you come back from China, hey man, what's up?
Hey man, are you training or what? So I'm gonna set up circuits for myself here. I'm gonna bring some of my weights over. I'm gonna bring because during COVID I built my own little gym. Yeah. So I'll probably bring some weights equipment to the office and train after work or something like that. But yeah, it's hard, man. Like life gets in the way, and I'm sure you're no stranger to that. Shit happens. I mean, your situation is way worse than mine. Like you went through leukemia whilst you were training. I got no excuse. And I'm just like, I got work. But for you, you're like, you literally had cancer.
Yeah.
But, that's crazy.
It's crazy because I had no idea that I had cancer when I had cancer.
Oh, really? What was that experience like?
I was in my final term of university for that year, as well as peaking for all.
How old were you? Like 20?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Wow.
As well as peaking for the powerlifting national championships.
Yeah.
And leading into the comp, I was so fatigued every single day. I started seeing some lumps on my body, and I thought,
really?
Yeah, my lymph nodes were very swollen. And I thought, maybe I'm getting a little bit sick with the infection or something. Started seeing some more bruises on my body, and I was thinking, must be walking into a lot of things recently without noticing it.
Oh, wow.
And then on the day of the competition, I remember walking up a flight of stairs from the car park up to the competition venue at the Melbourne Convention Centre. And that 10 steps just absolutely wiped me out. And I'm like, damn, I need to do some more cardio.
Oh, wow.
Amazingly, I still managed to finish the competition and I think break the Australian national record deadlift or something on that day.
Okay, no biggie. I just had cancer and I still broke the world record, or broke the Australian record.
Well,
Cool.
powerlifting, you only need to do 1 rep. You don't
That's
have
true.
to keep doing it.
That's true.
Yeah, I definitely felt like death. And at the end of that competition, I was just lying in the back room thinking, wow, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I asked the physio there, Pay from PB Physio here in Sydney, what are these lumps on my neck and why do they hurt?
Yeah.
And she's like, Yani, that's not normal. You need to go see the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I have work tomorrow. I don't have time to go see the doctor.
Literally like me right now. Yeah.
Well, lucky I did go see the doctor. The doctor ordered some blood tests.
Yeah.
And then, I think either the following day, they called me up and said, you need to go to the emergency. I'm like, oh, why? They're like, oh, you have leukemia. And I'm like, oh, what's that? I have to go to work. I can't go to the emergency.
I've got to go to work.
So then
Oh
I
my
had to
God.
call up work. I was working part-time at the local council gym and I never called in sick before. I didn't even know how to call in sick.
Yeah.
And especially because it wasn't very obvious that I was sick. I was just like, I think I'm sick and I can't come into work today.
What did they say?
The manager on duty was very confused and didn't know if I was serious or not.
Yeah.
But called up, said I can't go into work, went into the emergency. The doctors there did lots and lots of tests, and the doctors there couldn't believe it either because I was only 21 years old. I was very fit and healthy, and the bloods showed that I had leukemia, blood cancer.
That's crazy. And was that genetic or something, did they say? Or
I asked the doctors, why do I have cancer? And he said, bad luck.
Oh, really? Just bad luck. Far
Yeah.
out. I mean, yeah, it does happen from time to time. It's just, it is quite unfortunate. But that's crazy. You broke a national record at 21 with active, like, leukemia.
I know.
It's very, that's a crazy story. Do you remember what number you pulled that day?
I think it was 211, maybe,
Wow.
for the national record.
Wow. And has that been broken already or is it still existing?
The deadlift one has,
What is it now?
I think 220, maybe 219.
Okay. Interesting. And you'll break that again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I held it at
Yeah.
218 and then someone else broke it at 219. So
Oh my God.
I need to go back and
gotta
get
beat
my
it.
record back.
No, get your record back. Get your record back. How crazy is that? How did you feel? Like, what was that process like for you when you had leukemia? Like, was it a tough journey? Did you go through chemo? What was that journey like?
Yes, I was diagnosed in October 2017, had 2 very intense rounds of chemotherapy.
How does that feel? Like, what did it feel
my
like going
gosh.
through chemo?
Well, everyone gets different cancer treatment depending on what type of cancer and how severe it is. Even for blood cancer, there's lots of different types of treatment routes that you can go down. The best one for blood cancer would be a bone marrow transplant.
Yeah.
However, you need to find someone who has a match for you. Wasn't able to find someone who had the same match as me, but the good thing was...
Do you know what they look for? Like, what is it when you match bone marrow? What is it? Is it like the stem cells? Is it like, what is it in the bone marrow that they look for? Do you know?
I probably knew back then, but I can't remember anymore.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
They shoved this massive needle into
your bone?
Yes, into your bone. So you curl up into a little fetal position, and then they shove this big needle into your back, draw out your bone, and do tests on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and try and find someone who has similar bone marrow as you.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I am very proud because I was a powerlifter. My bone was very strong. So then the doctor couldn't get my bone marrow.
Oh my God.
Had to get 2 doctors
To
to shove the needle
drill
in.
this girl. Just get the drill. So I'll get the power drill.
Yeah, that's the positive of strength training and being strong. Even
100%.
if the world completely wipes you down and you're brought down to what you feel like is 0, because your baseline original start point is so high, even if they bring you down, you're still quite strong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's good. And I think strength training is always very, very important, especially like we talk about aging population a lot. You know, strength training is extremely important for helping you keep your balance, you know, making sure that, you know, you don't fall, like reducing fall risk. Great for your joints, makes you, you know, more mobile as you get older as well, which is great. So yeah, I think all of these sort of things are benefits. Like there's no real negative that I see to any sort of strength training or exercise. And I want to actually talk about some fitness misconceptions in a second. But before we divert our attention, it was that treatment for you during that process. I've known a few people who have cancer, gone through treatments. But what was it like in your experience? You know, how long did it take for you to go through your treatments?
Yes, I started my treatment in October 2017, and by January I was finished my 2 intensive rounds of chemotherapy, and then from there I was just an outpatient, just going back into the hospital for blood infusions and checkups. But whilst I was in hospital, you're completely wiped because the chemotherapy, it does a great job at killing all the cancer cells, which is what you want. But along with killing all your cancer cells, it kills everything else in your body.
Wow.
So you essentially have hardly any red blood cells left in your body, which is what you need to produce energy.
Yeah.
Every day you're completely fatigued.
Wow.
It gives you crazy mouth ulcers in your mouth, so it makes it really hard to eat or drink, as well as your digestive system. Going to the toilet is very painful.
Really? Wow.
But you have to go to the toilet a lot because the rest of your digestive system isn't working very well. When you sweat, you start to get these little bubble formations on your skin because your body's, I guess, sweating out all the chemotherapy, maybe, or lots of chemicals coming out of your skin. So it gets really itchy.
Did you have your hair fall out and all of that as well?
Oh yeah, I did. I actually really enjoyed having no hair.
Why?
Because it makes showering so convenient.
So easy.
Yeah, you take a shower and you just dry your head.
Yeah,
you don't
you
don't have to spend all this money on hair treatments and then spend hours every single week, you know, blow drying your hair and making your hair look pretty.
That's
and all
true.
that
Well,
stuff.
you got a full head of hair now, so it's all back.
Yeah, it grew back. But it was gradually falling out when I was first getting chemo. So eventually it got to a point where I'm just shaved it off.
Shaved it all off. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But obviously it didn't grow back until well after I finished all my treatments.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Crazy. That's so about what, 6 months? Was this roughly 6 months you were? in that process?
October to start of the year. So it's only a
3
few.
months.
Yeah. That was
3-4
getting
months.
intense treatment.
Yeah.
And I was able to return back to university in February or March the following year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then the doctor said cancer free, all good. It's been a couple of years now, so everything's still good. Everything's healthy.
Everything's all good.
Oh, how awesome
So
is that?
after 5 years, they say that you're completely cured of cancer. That 5-year mark, it was actually around the COVID period.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing the doctor just gave me a phone call and said, okay, you're cancer free, bye.
And then back onto your powerlifting journey from there.
Oh, no, I celebrated. I went to Europe and I went to Tomorrowland and DEF CON and had the best time of my life.
Oh, how good. I mean, you deserve it. Absolutely deserve it to go through something like that and, you know, to come out on top. So 100% you deserve that. No doubt about it. So I'm glad you had fun in Tomorrowland.
Thank you. After I went to Tomorrowland and DEF CON, I'm like, damn, I can die happy now.
I'm all good. I'm all good now. Life is good. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. How long after your chemo treatment do you reckon you did before you started going back into the gym and started training again?
Oh, straight away.
Straight away. Non-stop.
Yeah, well,
my
I mean,
God.
when I first finished all my treatment, even walking was a struggle.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, without your red blood cells, your body just can't produce
Did you
energy.
lose a lot of weight too during that time? Or what was that like?
I lost a lot of muscle, but not a lot of weight.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went from a fairly decently built powerlifter to a very soft powerlifter.
So a soft girl. And then, so after that, did you go to train for like things like powerlifting? Because when did you do bodybuilding once, twice? How many times have you done bodybuilding as well?
I did 3 competitions all in 1 year.
Oh, crazy.
So 2017, I had leukemia. 2018, I actually got back into my first powerlifting competition.
Insane.
Yeah.
Did you win that one too?
I actually did. It was
Have you ever lost a powerlifting competition?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
cool.
I have.
Right. I thought you were just invincible or something. That's crazy.
It was the Junior National Championships.
That was the first competition you came back, or the one you
the
lost?
first competition I came back.
Wow.
Yeah. I squatted maybe 150 or so, bench 90 or so, and lifted, I think, maybe 170 or so.
Yeah.
Which was very, very weak compared to where I left off.
Of course, but still very strong, but very, very weak compared to, respectively, to where you were before.
Thank you. Which is what I was saying before, how it's only in recent years that I realised even me at my very weakest is actually still not that weak.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely stronger than most guys. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty good. 150 squat, 90 bench, and what was the deadlift? 160.
I think maybe 160 or so.
Well, let's ask Melvin. Melvin, how much do you squat? He doesn't want to answer. 100. There you go. So our producer squats 100.
Yeah, triple digits.
Yeah, triple digits, Mel. Good job. Good job. Don't be embarrassed. It's all right. That's crazy. It's strong. It's strong as.
Thank you.
It's very, very impressive. So to come out of cancer and to do that, I think a lot of people, would just either give up or they just won't kind of be able to come on that comeback journey like you would have. I feel like you're a very positive person, which is awesome. What was going on through your head when you kind of went through this journey? Because it's very scary for the doctor to say, hey, you have cancer. Yeah. What was it like for you psychologically? What was going through your head?
Initially, you go through a period in disbelief. You can't believe they have cancer. Especially if you're 21 and you don't even know what cancer is.
Right. And you're a world record holder / national record holder.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair enough.
But eventually you come to terms with what's happened. And I think the most warming thing for me during that period of time was just seeing how many friends and family I had supporting me throughout the journey. So I never felt alone. Always felt like I was backed and had support. My friends from the powerlifting club, they'll come into the hospital and bring lots of delicious food and ice cream. And
are you even allowed to eat sweets when you're on cancer treatment? I swear that's not allowed.
Well, actually, when you're getting cancer treatment, most people have no appetite at all.
That's true.
So they say whatever you can eat is a bonus.
Did you have no appetite too, or were you like okay to eat?
Most of the time, I didn't have that much of an appetite. I did have one friend who did bring me appetite increasing cookies.
Appetite increasing cookies. Okay. Interesting, yeah.
Into the hospital, some homemade ones. And that just made me want to eat more food after I ate this special appetite.
Special cookies. You guys can read between the lines, but yeah, special cookies. But that's cool. I'm surprised that the doctors allowed you to do that, or did you just do that because you felt like it?
Well, obviously the doctors are not going to tell you to have appetite increasing cookies.
Yes.
But I think we did our own research and it seemed like
it was okay.
Yeah, positive.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I thought it was super restrictive when you go through like chemo treatment and stuff like that. I didn't know that you could actually still eat outside food. I thought it was just like all hospital provided set menu kind of food.
No, whatever you can eat is good for your gains.
Oh, okay, cool. Good for your gains. You got to stay on the gains. You got to count your macros whilst you're still there getting cancer treatment. That's so cool. And then so you finished, you went into powerlifting, did the competition, you won that one?
The junior nationals, yeah.
Okay, so you won the junior nationals as a just post-cancer treatment sort of period. And then after that, you competed multiple times then as well? Or how did you go?
I did.
Yeah.
So I think a few weeks after that competition, I actually went to Shanghai for a Asia Oceania
for Worlds? Oh, no, for Oceania.
Asia Oceania competition, which was lots of fun. Met a lot of lifters overseas. It was at a massive exhibition hall in Hongqiao in Shanghai.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing being exposed to such a big crowd there.
How are the Chinese lifters? They're strong, aren't they?
Powerlifting is actually quite a new sport in China.
Oh, because they were all weightlifters.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. So I would say there's still a lot of potential for growth for a lot of the Chinese powerlifters, but it's amazing to see how much powerlifting has grown in the last few years
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
on both the global scale and in China.
I think powerlifting is mainly an Aussie and US focused sport, isn't it?
No.
No?
Aussie, US, it's big in Europe.
Oh, it's big in Europe as well? Okay.
I actually haven't seen Russia for a few years. I think they might have gotten banned for drugs or something.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Maybe they're back again. I haven't been keeping
I mean,
up.
they always get banned for drugs when it comes to weightlifting, you know. And then that's why people crack onto China now. They're like, oh, there's no way they lift those numbers.
Yeah.
Their numbers during the last Olympics was insane. Like, it's just crazy.
Well, I mean, I think the 2008 Olympics, a lot of Chinese lifters passed drug tests, and then 10 years later, when they retested their samples, most of the team got done.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, it's all biochemical hacks at that level, right? When you're at the peak 0.00001% of the world population for strength. But it is incredible to see how that is. What's it like then from a powerlifting perspective? I know there's a lot of drama in powerlifting. I know there's a lot of politics in powerlifting. Even though I don't actively participate in the sport, I still kind of see it because of my friends.
Yeah.
But powerlifting is quite political as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of politics in powerlifting.
Very political.
Yeah.
Actually, whilst I was in hospital, the whole entire Australian and Oceania Federation got kicked out of the IPF, which is the International Powerlifting Federation.
Okay, why is that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was because the head of the Australian Powerlifting Federation didn't get along with the head of the International Powerlifting Federation's president at the time. So to try and get rid of that one individual, he just kicked out our whole entire nation and Oceania region.
Oh, very nice.
But the funny thing is that IPF president actually recently just got booted from the IPF because apparently the rumor is he made a prostitute pregnant whilst he was on a powerlifting trip.
How lovely. How lovely. Of course. Some powerful man out there is going to be
And
with a
then,
prostitute.
it was,
Of course.
yeah.
How nice.
But anyways, whilst Australia was getting kicked out of the IPF, I was in hospital getting treatment for cancer. And I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah. So do you actively participate on like the Australian national team then as well from time to time?
Yeah, so this year I just went to Worlds.
That's for representing Australia?
Yep, representing Australia.
How cool.
Yeah, which was a very fulfilling experience. After having not been to Worlds for 8 years and then coming back from cancer and then eventually going back to Worlds again.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. I think powerlifting is one of those things where a lot of people go through that cycle. What I've really noticed is as people get older, they tend to go into a couple of different sports. Right now, I think for our age group, everyone's getting into golf. Prior to that, everyone was into like bouldering.
Yeah.
And prior to that, it was pretty much powerlifting. So I think powerlifting is very much like a university-driven sport. And a lot of people during their time at uni will start to get into powerlifting, which is really cool. But powerlifting in the competition sense of things, how does it work for the newbies out there? How does powerlifting work? So you obviously have small local competitions, and then from small local competitions you then go to maybe like national level competitions. Then from national level competitions you go to like regional, I guess, like Asia Pacific kind of Oceania vibes, and then from there it's worlds, right? Each of those stages. Is that how it works, or?
Well, currently in Australia, once you win the national championships, you actually still need to meet the minimum qualifying criteria to get an invite to an international competition.
Oh, okay.
And the international competition could be either Worlds or the Asia Oceanias.
Oh, okay, interesting. What's the sort of minimum requirements for you to be selected to compete internationally?
There's a chart online that tells you. Actually,
We should find the chart and put it up.
I actually don't know.
Oh, really?
I never
is
checked.
Is it based off numbers or is it based on like amount of competitions? How do you know?
No,
How
it's
it works?
based on your number.
Ah,
So
okay.
I'm pretty sure at Nationals this year in February, I had to total. I actually don't know what the number is, but I'm going to guess at least mid
600.
400 and
Oh, mid 400s.
450 as an 84 kilogram female
Yep.
to qualify to go to Worlds.
Right. Interesting.
I'm not sure what that number is. I just know that I qualified.
Yeah, definitely qualified. That's so interesting. Okay, well then, let's turn the tune towards your training. What do you think it takes to make such a successful powerlifter? Right, because number one, being Asian, I think a lot of people have the expectation that Asians aren't like super strong or whatever it is. That's kind of like the, hypothetical. But how do you train in order to prepare and get strong for these competitions? So let's just say if I were a client, how would you kind of work on training me to make sure that I'm in the peak condition to be able to compete at a national/international level?
Well, if you're just starting,
Yeah.
the most important thing is just showing up and finishing all your training sessions. When I first started powerlifting when I was 18, I think I missed one training session and my coach told me my life was over.
Do you reckon now, looking back, that it's impacted you?
Yeah, it has. I still remember that very clearly.
Okay.
If you miss one training session, that's one block of the rest of your life that you missed, and
my
the
God.
rest of your life is just going to be in shambles.
Oh my God. So discipline.
Yeah, discipline to make sure that you get all your training done throughout the week. And if there is a reason why you just cannot finish training that week, communicating with your coach the reason why and then making adjustments to your training program. Because at the end of the day, it is true. Every single training session, every single rep that you do is as minor training block to that competition and the rest of your life that you're working towards.
I mean, yeah, theoretically it is true, right? Because it's about the volume that you put under, the time and the tension as well. So it's like, yeah, I guess if you do miss a training session, it reduces from the overall net squat volume that you've done. So yeah,
Exactly.
it does
So
contribute.
number one would be training.
Yeah.
And then after that is your nutrition as well as your sleep and recovery. And I feel like it's only in the last few years since I reached almost approaching 30 that I realized, damn, sleep is so important.
Don't need to tell me twice. I think it's getting worse and worse. So it's like as we get older, the more and more sleep we need and the more quality sleep we need as well. I think it's very, very important.
Yeah, when I was 18, early 20s, I was able to go out to nightclubs, party all night, and then just show up to the gym and train, and no problems.
Still be strong.
I know.
Yeah.
There's no chance I can do that now. Nowadays, my bedtime is around 9 p.m.
Oh my God, 9 p.m. That's crazy.
And I feel a big difference the following day if I go to sleep past 10:30 to 11.
Really?
Yeah, or compared to
So you're a
9
morning person then? Definitely a morning person or no?
I am nowadays.
Okay.
Nowadays, I work as a trainer and I start training sessions from 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'll be up around 5 to 6 most days.
Yeah, wow.
Back when I was in uni, I could sleep until 11 or 12.
Life was good. Wake up
Yeah.
at 11, the sun's already out, just slowly
I
get out of
know.
bed. No rush. Don't need to go with the traffic. Don't need to jump on a train that's packed. Life's good.
It was actually after I moved to Sydney and I was living in North Ryde at the time and I had to travel into the city and I realised, damn, the traffic's so bad. But if I get up at 5 a.m. and go...
There's no traffic.
Yeah, exactly. So then, me and my housemate, we used to go to the gym bright and early and beat the traffic.
Wow, there you go. How good is that? Yeah, so if you're an early riser, 5 a.m. club, it's actually got benefits.
And you actually get so much more done in the day if you can
true.
get up early in the morning.
That's true. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Waking up early is tough, but if you get used to it, it definitely by the time most people get to work, you've already done half a day of work, which is crazy.
Yeah.
If you
And
really
not
were to
just
think about
work, but training as well. A lot of people say that they're going to train at the end of the day after work, but a lot
you
of the
just can't
time
bother
work
most of the
gets
time.
in the way. They have meetings or they have to stay back, and then training just doesn't get done. But if you make it that first non-negotiable every single morning, then you've already won the morning.
Correct.
And then you
that's-
don't have to have that argument with yourself at the end of the day, whether
Should
you're
I
going to train or not.
Should I not go? Oh, I can't be bothered. And I'm pretty sure everyone will like relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, you're on the drive home and you're just like, oh, there's the gym. Nah, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Then, all right. So, what's the difference then between your powerlifting journey and your bodybuilding journey? Because you also won your bodybuilding comp.
Yes.
You did 3 of them. You said.
Yeah.
Did you win all 3, or because bodybuilding is judged very differently?
Yeah.
And also, what category in bodybuilding did you do?
So I did women's figure and also women's bodybuilding.
Okay.
I won the novice division in my first competition and then the open category in my final competition at the end of the year. So
Wow.
it was actually end of 2020 when my powerlifting coach at the time decided to take a break from coaching.
Yeah.
So then I was asking myself, oh, what do I do with my life now? And then I reached out to a bodybuilding coach and started my
wow.
bodybuilding journey, which was something that I've always been interested in. All the way back in high school, I was following bodybuilders, and I just so happened to fall into powerlifting and do consecutive powerlifting competitions.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I got that chance, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it.
Wow.
However, I had no idea how much it took to be a bodybuilder. I just thought it would be this fun journey, building muscle, getting lean,
Just
getting a
shredded,
6-pack.
getting some 6-pack.
Yeah, goddamn. Bodybuilding taught me so much discipline.
You reckon it teaches you more than powerlifting?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because powerlifting, the most important thing is getting your training done, making sure you're recovered and not injured. Bodybuilding, your whole entire life needs to be bodybuilding. The training itself for bodybuilding is actually not as intense, but you just don't have a social life anymore.
That's fair, especially
Yeah.
during that like cutting cycle when you're just angry as fuck, just no
Yeah.
food, like full rage
I know.
mode. Yeah, how was that? Like, what was that journey for you? I mean, you did 3 comps, which means 3 comps in 1 year as well.
Yeah.
So that's 3 12-week cycles that you did.
No, so I did one at the start of the year, another one at the end, and another one a couple weeks after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there wasn't too much of a gap between the last 2.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that's good. Because I was thinking, wow, how did you manage to do 36 weeks of like controlling your food, your diet,
Yeah.
your carbs, your numbers,
Yeah,
all that sort of
it
stuff?
was intense.
That's very intense.
And I do say to people that I do feel like bodybuilding is harder than having cancer.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
because
insane.
with cancer, you don't choose to have cancer. You have cancer and you have to recover from it. With bodybuilding, you're the one who's choosing to do a bodybuilding competition, and you can quit whenever you want.
That's true.
And that's when you need to draw on your discipline and going back to your why, the reason why you want to do it, to stay disciplined, to not quit,
Yeah, that's
and
so
to
true.
do the work every day, which is wake up at 5 a.m., do 60 minutes of cardio, go through about your work day, and then do your weight training session, and then do more cardio, do your meal prep, eat your meals at the same time every single day.
Yeah.
If you ever have to go out to a social event, make sure that you
You
bring
pack your
your
lunch,
meal
pack
prep
your dinner.
with you.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
And then as you get leaner and leaner, you start to lose a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And when people talk to you, deep down, you know that you should be nice, but you just don't have energy to talk and be nice to
So you
people.
just start raging at everyone.
Well, I felt guilty for not having the same level of energy and excitement as I do nowadays,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't help it. It got to a point where I lost my period for most of the year.
Oh wow. I hear that's a very common thing with female bodybuilders. They just don't have their periods anymore. 'Cause they're just
Exactly.
so like quote unquote malnutritioned. you know,
Yes,
like
that's right.
yeah.
Because if you can't even keep yourself alive, then why is the body going to produce
Yes, correct.
another body for you?
Yes, correct. It's very challenging for people who don't know how hard bodybuilding is. It is one of the most, I think, psychologically intense things that you can put your body under. And the amount of stress is crazy as well.
Yeah, so whoever can last a bodybuilding prep isn't whoever has the best training program, but whoever can fight off starvation the most.
So it's just starving yourself to death. How much weight did you end up cutting for bodybuilding? Like, what did you get down to?
Well, for most powerlifting competitions, I compete at under 84.
Yep.
For my first bodybuilding competition, I was about maybe 72 kilos. And for my final bodybuilding competition, about 62 kilos.
Whoa. So you lost like 20, almost 20
Yes.
kilos from powerlifting to
Bodybuilding.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
It's around 7% body fat as a
7%?
female.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right? So for people who don't know as well, the female, like, typical body fat percentage is in the teens. I think,
Yes,
pretty sure,
that's right. Yeah.
If my sort of memory
Up
and my
until
training is not wrong.
28% is still considered healthy.
Still correct.
Yeah.
So usually, like, if you're already in the early teens as a female, you're already super lean.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
lean,
that's
athletic.
typically lean and athletic as well. So being in your single digits as a female that's super lean. Like, we shredded, you had abs and everything.
Oh, yeah. I had veins on my abs.
Oh, crazy.
And as a power lifter,
You're like, what is this?
I just,
Whoa.
yeah, I didn't think that abs existed on me.
Yeah, because you're a powerlifter. But
Exactly.
then again, to get such strong lifts, you have to have a super strong core.
You do. But you still need to train your core a lot more to bring the abs out as well.
Of course.
But I guess when I first started powerlifting, not many females have squatted 200 kilos at that time. So I didn't think that a 200 kilo squat was something that was possible until one day I actually did it.
Yeah. What was your peak squat? What did you get up to?
So pre-cancer was 202.5 and
Yeah.
now it's 200 and actually I hit a PB squat of 221, but that was at super
221?
but that was at super heavyweight.
That's fucked. I attempted 200 plus before. I had to bail on that lift. I got halfway up. I couldn't finish the lift. But 200 is cooked. The amount of pressure on your spine and like on your back and even just holding the barbell up, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
It's a lot of
200.
weight.
Yeah, and not many people can say they can lift that. I'm glad I got down. I got out of the hole, got up, got halfway, and then I bailed just before finishing and locking out.
At least you have a photo of it.
Yeah,
People don't know
I got a
if you
video of it. I got a
if you
video
got the
of it.
lift or not, but you have a photo of that much
Yeah,
weight on your back.
Correct. And I'm like, that's insane. So saying that you can do 220 to 21 that's nuts. That's nuts. People can barely lift that off the floor from a deadlift, let alone on your back downwards. So
Yeah, pretty big achievement. But nothing beats the time that I re-broke the Australian national record squat. Because pre-cancer, my best squat was 202.5 as an under 84 kilogram powerlifter. And then 4 years later, I re-broke that record with 203 kilos.
Oh, you broke it with 203?
Yes.
Wow.
Took me 4 years, but in that 4 years, I did also manage to beat cancer and then go back into powerlifting.
Exactly. And you broke your own record, which is very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So with enough determination and discipline, anything is possible.
I feel like you're so nice and so positive right now. I feel like when you go into the gym, you're probably like a very different animal in the gym. Like you're just like, just angry like this. I'm going to get this weight. I'm going to hit this weight. Is that what it's like? Do you like flip a switch in your brain when you get into the gym and train?
Not when I get into the gym. When I get into the gym, I walk into the gym, I tell everyone, oh, I'm so tired.
I'm tired. Bang, breaks the world record. All right, cool.
And then I roll around on the floor for about half an hour before I actually start training.
I feel like that sometimes too. When I was in the gym, I'm just like, I really don't want to lift today. I just want to kind of like, and then you just like warm up and you're like warming up for like 40 minutes and then you're like, all right, let's go. Let's put some weight on.
Yeah.
And then that's when you start.
Yeah, but my coach always reminds me that I need to actually take my training a bit more serious, even if it's lighter training day. Usually I'm really good for amping up for the heavy sets, but everything that's not a heavy set, I'm just like, la-di-da-di-da.
Yeah, it's like boring. Whatever. You want me to warm up on 100? Oh, come on, please. It's too easy.
But that's what we need to do if we want to achieve anything in life. We need to do boring shit nonstop.
Correct. 100%.
Do boring shit on repeat.
And you're gonna be a master at the boring shit as well. I mean, that's the whole what is it? What's that Kung Fu movie with Jaden Smith?
Kung Fu Panda.
The wax on, wax off. What was it called? Karate Kid.
Okay.
Yeah, Karate Kid. Yeah, it's like Karate Kid, right? Like, why am I doing this wax on, wax off movement the whole time? Because you're
Yes.
mastering the basics. Yeah, it's boring. It's so boring, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was that switch like to go into, so bodybuilding as well? Because your powerlifting coach took a break, you went into bodybuilding, and now you're super disciplined. What was that psychological switch for you when you went from like powerlifting, which is pretty chill for you at this stage, into now hyper discipline for that first? Was that a 12-week program for you for your first comp for bodybuilding?
I think it
long
was
was
from November up until April, which is
6 months? 6-month prep?
yeah.
Wow. Okay, long prep.
Yeah, a weight to lose for a powerlifter.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
get-
That's true. Going from powerlifting to bodybuilding is a big, big transition. Because powerlifting, you want to retain some weight, retain some strength. Were you still strong as a bodybuilder? Did you still lift heavy or not? Not at all. Because I would have let curiosity get the better of me. I'd be like, oh, I'm like 65 kilos right now. Can I still squat 180? And I'll probably snap in half. But
I was really good at doing reps. So
Okay.
yeah, 140 kilos. I think I squatted maybe 10 times.
you still did 10 reps on 140? Wait, when you were cutting
at
weight?
70 something kilos.
Oh, okay. All right.
1 rep max, I didn't test it,
Okay.
but I assume it wouldn't be that great because all I did was lots of
Probably
volume
160 or
training.
something, 1 rep max probably.
Yeah.
Which is still not bad. I mean, like, it's still a pretty good squat, 160. Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, the biggest challenge for me when I first transitioned was just counting past 5. Because as a power lifter,
Yeah, you're like, yep, 5, that's it. Done my
so I'll
reps.
do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
Yeah,
That's how
it.
I would count 12 because I didn't know how to do it.
And then for bodybuilding, it just became more different. What was your bodybuilding routine kind of like? What did it switch up to? How many reps? How many sets?
Oh, some of the exercises I'll be doing up to 30 to 40 reps.
30 to 40 reps.
Yeah.
That's a
And
lot of
I think
reps.
my final prep, I was doing biceps 4 times a week.
Holy shit. That's a lot of biceps.
But it worked. I had some really nice biceps.
Oh, there you go. I mean, there you go, guys. All right, biceps. All the guys who train biceps and no legs. So
4
40
times a
reps.
week.
Yeah, 4 times a week, 40 reps.
Yep.
Okay, per set. All
Per set. Yeah,
4 sets.
actually.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Well, no, what I would do is I would do, for example, bicep curls on day 1. I might aim for between 5 to 8 reps. And then day 2, same exercise. I might aim for between 8 to 12. Day 3, same exercise, aim for maybe 12 to 15. And then day 4, same exercise, aim for between 20 to 40 reps.
Yeah, wow. And that's 4 sets of them or 3 sets? How did you usually do it?
Initially, it was 3 sets. And then once you overload, 4 sets.
Yeah, wow. Crazy. And then did your diet have to change very drastically between powerlifting and bodybuilding?
Of course it did.
What was the powerlifting diet?
Back in the days, those beautiful days.
It's like donuts.
Yes, donuts,
Rice,
pizza, gelato, hot pot. Just
Counting calories? Don't worry. Just count how many bowls of food you're eating.
exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, yeah, when I was first powerlifting, nutrition wasn't really a thing. It was just eat as much as you can.
But it's still very important though. Like for serious
Yes,
powerlifters,
but
so-
nowadays, because I have my background in bodybuilding and I learned a lot more about nutrition, I've come to realize if you do want to be an elite powerlifter, you do have to take your nutrition just as serious as a bodybuilder would.
100%. So let me get this straight. You broke the junior world record on like your first time lifting, eating pizza, hot pot, donuts, not even knowing what lift was coming, and you broke the world record.
I broke the Australian record.
Oh, you broke the
Yeah,
Australian
yeah.
record. Oh,
But
my
yeah, pretty
God.
much.
So what happens when you take it seriously?
When you take it seriously, not only are you strong,
Yeah.
but you actually have your health as well, and you
Okay.
don't not as likely to get cancer.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is very, very true. That's so crazy. So do you feel like nowadays when you train for powerlifting, is it a very big difference then in terms of your diet, your structure, all of that sort of stuff
Yeah,
compared to
yeah.
before?
So nowadays,
important.
yeah, I eat minimum 4 times a day, and food's quite similar most days, other than the days where I do go out to enjoy some delicious food.
Yeah.
Breakfast, I'll have avocado, eggs on toast. Lunch, I'll have rice and vegetables and chicken. And then afternoon tea, I'll have another source of protein, maybe high protein yogurt with some berries. And then dinner time will be red meat, beef or kangaroo with vegetables and some more carbs.
So this is for the powerlifting diet.
Yeah, this is my current powerlifting diet. I do try to eat the food that I prep myself majority of the time, but when I go out to eat with my friends, I'm not going to restrict myself.
Of course.
I still go out and eat whatever I want.
Yeah, of course, and you enjoy it as well, which is good. Well, that's the powerlifting life, right? You get to at least enjoy it. Different to bodybuilding. How many calories would you say you reckon you eat a day during your current powerlifting kind of diet?
At the moment, probably around 2,600 to 700.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah.
Not super high or anything. What about when you're on bodybuilding diet? How many calories were you eating then?
In the final weeks of prep, I was on about 1,150 calories or so.
Okay. So not super drastic, because I know a lot of girls when they try to lose weight or cut weight, they're like on like 700, 800. And I'm like, that's barely a meal. It's, so
Yeah,
it's
well,
pretty
I mean, you can do that to lose weight, but you're not going to keep your muscle.
Correct. 100%.
Which you do want to do as a bodybuilder.
That's right.
So as a bodybuilder, breakfast every day was 250 grams of egg whites and vegetables.
So boring. So boring.
Lunch was quite similar to now, chicken breast and vegetables. Afternoon tea, I'll have red meat and vegetables, and then evening I'll have seafood and vegetables. And then whenever my coach allowed me to have some carbs, I'll have some carbs.
Oh, wow.
So basically when I felt like I was dying, then he would let me have a little bit of carbs.
Give me a muffin.
Oh, no muffin.
Oh, no.
You just get rice or potatoes.
Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah. It's hard. Like, people who haven't done a bodybuilding comp, it's so incredibly difficult. What was it like then for you to step out on stage? A bodybuilder, like, you're just fully clothed, out on stage, lift the weight, done. Do your routine, do your technique, do it well, get the green lights, you're off. Whereas...
The white lights.
Oh, white lights. No, the green lights. White
For
lights.
powerlifting.
For powerlifting, yes, white lights. But then bodybuilding, very, very different. Now you got to be like a show pony on stage.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and you got to pose and all of that sort of stuff. Did you learn all your posing during that time?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a female bodybuilder, you need to spend so much money prepping to be a bodybuilder as well.
Okay, run me through it. What's it like?
Well, depending on who your coach is, it can range anywhere from $120 to $200 a week for coaching. Your posing, you also need a coach for.
Separate coach.
A separate coach,
Yeah.
which is $100 and something per session.
Oh my God.
And then entering the competition, you need to join the federation, which is about $200 a year. And then each little division that you do enter, you have to pay an entrant fee. I think it was $150 per division. I entered about 5 divisions, so about $1,000 all up to enter the competition.
Wow.
And for ICM, they do it quite interestingly, the way you sign up for the competition. You pay your membership fee, which is online, and then for each individual division that you enter, you just bring an envelope of cash.
Okay, all right, yep.
On competition day. And then, they keep track of which divisions you're entering.
The envelope of cash, yep.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic.
And then as a female, you need to purchase your bikini and heels, which can be up to $1,000.
What? Really?
Oh, yeah. If you buy a bikini with lots of diamantes on it, it's going to
true.
It's going to
Those
be
are expensive.
Yeah,
ads.
expensive. And then your hair, nails, tan, another few $100.
Yeah.
So all up, depending on how many weeks your prep is, spending $10,000 or so.
Fuck, it's crazy. Would you say that's more expensive than, well, obviously training and prepping for a powerlifting comp?
Powerlifting competitions do have its expenses as well, but you can also get by doing powerlifting on a budget too.
No, just about some chalk and you're good, you know?
Some chalk, and I would highly recommend investing in a coach as well.
Oh, yeah, with a coach, yes.
You can self-learn, but it's inefficient. It's a lot of trial and error. Why not pay someone with experience to get from A to B at a much faster pace?
That's true.
And buy back a lot of time.
Very smart. Very smart. Very smart philosophy with that one for sure.
And when it comes to powerlifting equipment, the best equipment you can get is SBD, and yes, it is priced at a higher price point, but because it's such high quality, it's going to last you for a really long time. So even if a belt's $400-$500, which seems
Is that
like
how much it is for a belt nowadays? from
nowadays, I
SBD?
think about $450 for a belt.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I have an Inza belt, so I was a very big Inza fan. I really loved Inza back in the day. I haven't heard much about them recently, so I don't know if they're
Well, I
still
mean,
around
people spend like $1,000 on a Gucci belt, so
Yeah,
and then
it's
they're
true.
like, "Oh my god, $450 for SBD."
much. Correct. No, SBD belts are great. I love it. I think back then, just before I kind of like pulled myself out of the gym, they released the belt where the buckle was reversed to what it was normally. You know, the
Yeah.
normal buckle you have to clip into the hole.
Yeah.
And then they released that new 4-prong one where you can just kind of adjust it based on whichever size you want. I was like, shit, I just bought my belt and I spent like $350 and then the new style came
Yeah.
out from SBD. But yeah, the SBD belts are great. Like, you know, we're plugging SBD right now, like no affiliation with them, but you know, they should sponsor us for this. But yeah, like it is good. I think great equipment, yeah, great stuff. Where do people find, like what would you recommend from your perspective, like in terms of obviously powerlifting equipment? What would you say is like good equipment out there? Because I know for a lot of like new lifters, even some intermediate lifters, they start to get into that kind of, I don't know, headspace where they're like, oh, I need to start investing into equipment. Whether it's like deadlift slippers, whether it's a belt, whether it's even straps or whatever it is. What sort of stuff would you say is good? Because a lot of people probably buy Temu stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? But
Well,
yeah.
it depends what level you want to take your lifting. If you just want to lift for fun within your own gym, then you don't have to invest in the most expensive equipment. But if you do want to take your training a little bit more seriously, then I use SBD for everything. Yeah. It's the highest quality powerlifting equipment that you can invest
Are they
in.
an Aussie company?
British.
Oh, they're British. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But everything's going to last you many, many years down the track.
Yeah. My belt is still fine. It's been like 15 years. It's still good. I can probably go put it on today and still have no issues with it. So, except I won't fit into it anymore. I got to undo it. I got to see. That's the problem.
Punch a few extra holes in there.
Oh no, it's not even punching a few extra holes. It's I've got to undo the buckle, slide it
Yeah.
across, and slide it up. Yeah, it's super annoying, which is why seams. Big seams.
Before investing in equipment, I'd recommend investing in a coach.
I agree.
Because a coach can guide you on what you should and should not invest the rest of your money in.
Well, yeah, 100%. And make sure your form is good before you move up, before you damage your body. I think it's very, very important to have a coach, very important to have a trainer, especially if you're just lifting. YouTube is not going to be your best mentor in this situation. It can get you started, but obviously if you want to get really good at something, having a coach is always, I mean, same thing, like even in business, you know, get a business coach if you want to do well.
Yeah.
If you want to do whatever you want to do, if you can afford it, pay for a coach, you know, and
and when you're young, the best investment you can make is investing in your own self.
Correct.
And
it's
your
an
own education
for you.
as well.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. 100%. That's so interesting. Now, actually, here's a very good one. There's a debate that I don't know if it's still in the fitness industry or not. It's belt versus beltless, right? Like a lot of people talk about when you train, you should obviously try to use your natural belt, which is your core, versus relying too much on a belt. What's your perspective on that as someone who trains and lifts quite heavy? Do you usually wear a belt when you train, or do you kind of like go beltless and use the belt when you're trying to push yourself to like, you know, PBs, or how do you kind of structure it for yourself?
PBs, definitely using a belt.
Yeah.
But for lighter weights, I don't use a belt. And for a lot of beginner trainees, I don't recommend that they need a belt to start off with. Recommend that they learn how to brace properly before they start putting on equipment.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. And also just a lot of people feel like they need to buy all these equipments and all these supplements before they even have their own proper training routine down pat.
I agree. You got to get your fundamentals right. I think in the fitness space, people try to think that there are shortcuts, or they go, oh, if I buy a belt, I can lift heavy. Like, think about all the ego lifters out there. But if you can't even, like, even for myself, when I was lifting quote unquote heavy, now I feel like I'm quite weak compared to you. But when I was maybe lifting heavy, same. Like I was squatting up to like 180 without a belt. I was like deadlifting up to 210 without a belt. And then for the final reps, then I'll probably slip on a belt just for safety purposes, or, you know, just to try to overexert and push the 1RMs. But I would always train like without a belt, and people would look at me like I'm crazy. And then you got all these lebos that used to come into the gym and they would chuck on like 80 kilos on the bench press, strap up, belts, everything, like, you know, wrist straps, everything. And then when they're deadlifting, it's like 80 kilos and they've got the belt on and it's like they can barely walk and that's how tight it is. And I'm like, you guys probably should focus on building some real core strength first before, you know, relying on your equipment. But yeah, I think that it is very interesting. Fitness is very interesting, and I think you've been on both sides of the coin here. One obviously for strength, one obviously for the aesthetic side. Are you going to after you kind of retire from the competition side of things for powerlifting? Are you ever going to step into the power builder hybrid kind of thing that goes around?
Well, touching back on what we were talking about before, which is how do you last so long in powerlifting?
Yeah. Like it's been like a 10-year carear for you in powerlifting. 10 years.
10 years since I started, and obviously I'd taken some sidetracks in between. But whoever can lift for the longest while still taking care of their body and health for the longest period of time. Because it's not just about getting as strong as you can within a period of time, but if you want to do it for the rest of your life, you need to make sure that you have your health and you have your bones and joints all intact. Agreed. So maybe that means progressing slower. Maybe sometimes that means you even need to take a break on your training so that you can take care of everything else.
Talk to me about the taking a break, taking a rest, right? Because a lot of people, obviously, if they're like thinking, I'm going to train 3-4 times a week. A lot of beginner/intermediate gym goers, I would say they don't believe resting is actually a crucial component of their training regime. Talk to us a little bit about, from your perspective, how important rest is.
Sorry, how long have you taken a rest from training?
I've taken a rest. Don't worry about me, but I've taken a rest from training for like 3-4 years now. I'm still taking a rest because that's how important it is. But yeah, it's definitely no good for me to take a rest for this long. But besides the point, we're going to turn the attention off me for a second. What is it like for people when it comes to taking a rest? Because you hear, I go to gym 5, 6, 7 days a week sometimes, or some people are like, I train 10 times a week. You know, how important is rest for both powerlifting and bodybuilding?
Well, when I say take a rest, I don't mean stop training. I mean
of course.
change up your training program.
Yeah.
So if you're currently on a bodybuilding or a powerlifting training block, and then your bones and joints are just fatigued and feeling achy all the time, maybe it is time that you need to deload back a little bit and do maybe more of a bodybuilding style approach to your training. Lighter weights, more slow, more control, build some more mobility and movement back into your joints before you load them back up again with powerlifting style training.
Yeah, interesting. Because I've noticed a lot, you know, especially with the younger lifters, is when they start progressing in powerlifting, they just keep going heavier and heavier and heavier. And then all of a sudden you get to a stage where like every week they're trying to push their 1RM. Every week they're trying to push their 1RM. And it's like, it's a bit crazy, but yeah, I get it. You know, it's cool. Ooh, this week I got higher. This week I got higher. This week I got higher. So I think some people don't value the importance of, hey, you might need to deload a little bit, bring the weight back down a little bit, take a chill, bro, before you snap something. And it happens. I'm sure you've seen it. The amount of herniated discs, bulging discs, or you know, I've literally seen someone shit themselves on a squat. Like it is crazy.
Well, I had a viral video where I peed myself.
Oh man,
got a few million views actually.
That's crazy.
But I did get the national record deadlift, so it's fine.
Oh, so you deadlifted and you pissed yourself at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then after that, I needed to do a drug test where they.
You're like, don't let me just twist it out for you.
I know, where they needed another urine sample. I'm like, damn, I just put my urine sample on the platform.
The stage. Oh my god. Wow, it's very respectable that you can actually go through that, you know, get the record and obviously that, because a lot of people would just be embarrassed. But the mental strength that you have to just go, well, fuck it, it is what it is. I'm mid-lift right now. There's nothing to worry about. Let's just finish it. I have so much respect for that because I see it, right? There's been, I don't know if you've seen recently, there's been a lot of like viral clips of those marathon runners. They're doing like ultras or they're doing marathons, and these girls, they're just covered in shit. Like they've just like shat themselves, or the girl that's covered in her period blood. Like to the outside world, oh my God, it's disgusting and whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're pushing through like some of the most physically and mentally difficult like challenges.
Yeah.
That's the least of my worries if I shit myself. I just need to get to the finish line. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly right. You only have one thing that you need to focus on.
Yeah, just
which
win
is,
the record.
yeah,
It's not like
everything else doesn't matter.
If you pissed yourself, disqualified. It's no, you still got the weight off the ground and you put it back down, and that's the power behind it. Incredible stuff.
Absolutely. I actually haven't seen those videos, but now I want to
Go have a
them
look.
up.
There's so many of them. And then these girls are just running. They're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I just shat myself, and it just keeps running. It just keeps running and finishes the race. So, yeah.
What were we talking about before we talked about people shitting themselves with period blood everywhere?
Well, I think we were talking about the importance of rest and deloading. I think that was the topic that we were on just then. But I think that's something we kind of already covered off, which is good. I think a lot of people need to really invest into their training structure and routine, and obviously that comes with the value of a coach to be able to externally see that, hey, it's probably time for you to take it easy, pull back a little bit, rest.
Oh yeah, I think you were asking me if I would do power building after.
Oh yeah, and prior to that, yes, definitely power building, which is like the hybrid of like powerlifting and bodybuilding. But there's no competition or anything for that. It's just more of I want to look good, but also be strong.
Yeah. I feel like at the moment I'm still quite competitive in powerlifting in Australia, and I want to try and continue doing that, get back onto the world stage again next year. And
what sort of numbers are you targeting to be back on the world stage for next year?
I would be happy to hit some personal bests.
Okay, run me through. Squat, what would you like to hit?
Well, this year I hit 210.5. So next year, if I can hit even 211, I'll be happy with that.
Okay, yeah.
Once you become more advanced, even every half a kilo counts.
That's true. Absolutely true.
Bench press, the most I hit in training this year was 135.
Yeah.
So if I can hit close to maybe 140 next year, I'll be very happy with that.
140 is a good number.
And deadlift, maybe, I don't know, anything over 220 I'll be happy with. Deadlifts have been up and down this year because my back has been sore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What sort of style deadlift do you do? Do you do sumo or conventional?
Mostly conventional. Most of my competitions I've done conventional. Recently I started dabbling into sumo a little bit.
Do you like sumo? I hate it. I hate sumo so much. I only lift conventional deadlift. I hate sumo so much.
I feel like I go through different phases.
Really?
So sometimes I like conventionals more, sometimes I like sumos more, just depending on what feels better at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And even for the 3 different lifts, squat, bench and deadlift, I go through different periods of which lift I like the most at that point in time.
Yeah.
I think at the moment I like bench press the most, just because most of my shoulders feel okay.
Okay, that's good.
But for squats and deadlifts, my back has been sore. And then just recently I restarted my training program and did a 100 kilo squat, and the next day my knee was so sore. And 100 kilos is nothing for me.
Yeah, that's like your warm-up. That's your warm-up.
I know.
Right? It's like I'll just chuck 100 on, do 20 reps,
Yeah, so that's why I say whoever can last the longest in powerlifting or any sport is whoever can manage their injuries and their health the best, outside of just trying to lift.
Yeah, absolutely. What's been some of the craziest numbers that you saw when you were out at Worlds or whatever? Like, you must have seen some very interesting lifters out there. What's been like one sort of occurrence where you're just like, holy shit, I can't believe they lifted that?
Well, yeah, whilst I was taking a break from powerlifting, getting my cancer treatment, and then after that doing bodybuilding as well, so many powerlifters emerged in those 3 years. Lifting absolutely insane numbers. So there's an American female lifter who squats 260 kilos.
Holy fuck.
At my body weight,
At your
84
body
kilos.
weight? It's just 50 kilos more than you. That's a lot.
Yep. And deadlifts 270 something kilos.
Jesus.
Yep.
Is she Asian or no? She's a white girl.
American. White American.
White American
Yep.
girl. Yeah, wow.
And recently this year, that deadlift record got broken by another British lifter who did lifted 270 kilos as well.
Holy
which
shit.
is which is a lot of weight for someone who's 84 kilos. And then in the super heavyweight category, we actually have an Australian female, Natalie, who deadlifts 300 and something kilos.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
300 kilos. That's crazy.
I know. And then another super heavyweight female who squatted 300 and something kilos as well.
My God.
I know. So
I can't even imagine putting 300 on my back. Like,
over the past a few years, these numbers and strength on people have just absolutely blown up
Yeah.
to levels which I never thought was possible.
It must be the KFC. Too much growth hormones in them.
Well, actually, that's what I tell people how I got really strong as a
just
child.
ate KFC?
No, it wasn't the KFC. It was the supermarket rotisserie chickens.
That's his diet.
Oh, well, perfect.
He only eats that rotisserie chicken.
You get pumped with secondhand hormones and you just get so strong.
Oh my God.
So whole milk in Australia, which also has all these hormones pumped
in it.
into it,
Yes,
and
correct,
then
correct.
rotisserie chickens.
There you go, guys. That's the secret hack to get strong, all right? Eat a whole rotisserie chicken and drink a litre of Aussie milk every day.
As a natural athlete.
Exactly. And then now you're full juiced up, natural, all natural, juiced up. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, those numbers are crazy. Like, I could never imagine putting 300 on my back. Like, I feel like I'll just snap.
And that's a female as well. The
Yeah.
male record's
400
and something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those boys are different. They're like 2 meters tall, 180 kilos. Like, they're big, big boys.
The super heavyweight ones they're bigger than gorillas.
Yeah, they actually are. They're massive. Like, people don't realize how big some humans are, right? Like, they're huge. These guys are like almost 200 kilos heavy.
Yeah.
Like, if you sat in a car with them, the car's like leaning sideways.
So if you're ever feeling like you're a little bit chunky, just go to a powerlifting competition and then you'll feel small again.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Have you seen some really large humans at these competitions?
Oh, yeah. But because everyone's large, it feels normal. Yeah. Like, for example, for myself, if I'm in a normal commercial gym, I feel pretty big. But as soon as I go to a powerlifting competition, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so small.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I think it's just perspective, right?
Yeah. So it really depends what sort of environment you put yourself in majority of the time, which will lead to your growth and the direction in which you go towards. And not just in powerlifting, but in every aspect in life. For example, in a business aspect, if you don't really explore out of your current comfort zone, then you just think, oh, I'm already at the top. But then if you go out there and see what other business ventures other people are going on, you're like, shit, there's so much more I can do.
Correct. Your environment really determines like the altitude that you can get to in life, which is so important.
And not just physical environment, but the online space can have a huge impact as well. So, for example, more people are tuning into the .01 podcast, they'll find out more about what potential they can be reaching compared to if they're just, I don't know, watching cat memes every single day, which I do spend a lot of time doing it too.
Self-inflicted harm. Those cats just get you. But it's true. Like, that's why I wanted to create the podcast as well, as I really wanted to interview some really exceptional people. I think you are definitely one of them. To be able to accomplish what you have done through your journey, it's definitely not easy. Like, I want to kind of dive into just some sort of advice and guidance from you for that next generation of lifter trainers. And of course, people can obviously always come to you for your training programs as well, and always come to you in the gym, I guess, get you as their trainer. But let's just say for the basic person out there, if there was someone out there who wanted to train, they wanted to be, a record holder, they wanted to do well, they want to eat well, they want to train well, what would be some sort of a basic introduction to kind of like powerlifting? Because a lot of people, I think, would dabble. They'll explore it. They'll be like, oh, it's so cool to lift heavy. What would it kind of be like for them to really dive into powerlifting? And what would you say is like a great introductory kind of like a program, or a great introduction for themselves to, go through the gym and learn the movements, learn the foundation of the hip hinge, and, go through, build their core? What would you say is sort of a great introduction for them from a programmatic point of view, or program point of view?
Well, if someone's already in the gym and has some sort of interest in lifting heavier weights and maxing out in their squat, bench and deadlift, what they could do is set a date in which they want to test out their lifts, or even better, find a local novice powerlifting competition, which they can sign up for. And novice competitions are so much fun. Steed Fitness just ran one last weekend where I had 6 lifters compete. Half of them were first timers. Everyone's so supportive. Everyone's just there to have fun. You don't have the pressure of trying to make a certain weight class or the pressure of the referees being super anal about your technique.
Yeah.
You just go out there and lift as much as you can. And it gives you more motivation to actually show up for every single training session, because every single training session has the purpose of being that building block towards that either max out day or novice competition. And of course, I'd recommend going out to find a coach to help you with your first training block leading into that novice competition or max out day. Someone like myself, this is what I do when I'm not lifting myself, is I help other people.
Which gym do you train at, or which gym do you coach at?
I coach out of Steed Fitness.
Steve?
Steed,
Steed.
S-T-E-E-D.
S-T-E-E-D.
Yep.
Yeah, Steed Fitness.
Yeah.
Where is that?
There's 2 locations. One's in Milson's Point and the other one's in Chippendale.
Oh, okay. So Cityway.
Yeah.
so
But there's lots of gyms and powerlifting gyms with great coaches in there.
Yeah.
But the even better thing is nowadays you can find a fantastic coach online anywhere in the world. And I'm really grateful that I do have clients all around the world.
Oh, really? How cool.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Awesome.
So, Singapore, China, Canada,
How does
America.
that work? How does that work? Do they bring their laptop to the gym and chuck you on a bench, or how does it work?
Well, it's not very efficient for powerlifters to have a coach sit there for your whole entire 2 or 3 hour training session.
Yeah.
To make it more efficient, what I do is I help them write their individualized training program, and in my training app, they have a video demonstration of myself teaching them how to do every single exercise. Then what they do is they record themselves, send me the videos, and then I shoot them back feedback every single week on what they've done well, what they need to improve on. And having the weekly feedback for things to work on the following week, even online, makes such a huge difference.
I agree. And video means that you can't lie.
Exactly.
You know, and video, when you do it and you slow-mo it
Keeps
down,
people accountable.
and you print screen, and then you draw the lines and be like, look, this is why your back was arched, this is why it was like that. It's good. I think that's a very effective type of training style.
Yeah, and online coaching has come such a long way since when I first started working in the gym. When I first started working in the gym, I was 18 when I first started working in a gym. I was a part-time trainer whilst I was studying university. I was a part-time trainer because at the time my Asian parents told me being a personal trainer is not a real job. And then I finished my university degree, and then eventually I went full-time in a gym. And it wasn't until I started making more money than what I would as a teacher that my Asian parents started to accept that being a trainer is actually a real
Being
job.
a trainer is good. It's good money. If you're a good trainer, you will always make good money as a trainer. Some trainers make a lot. You know, they easily make 200K a year. Some trainers, you know, and those are really good, obviously premium trainers. But for the trainers out there, if you do a good job and you really know what you're talking about, you can have a good 30, 40, 50 client book for the year, and you'll do well. You'll make money.
Yeah. And for myself, I obviously have a lot of accolades from powerlifting and bodybuilding. But for people who don't have the same level of accolades, they can still be just as good of a trainer by helping their clients get amazing results.
Correct.
And that's the most important thing as a trainer, is that you're motivating your clients and you're getting them from A to B, adjusting the plan when they feel like they can't do it, and helping them stay accountable and motivated to work on themselves and be the best version of themselves, which is why I love being a trainer.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think, being a trainer is so, it's so nice, because when you see your clients get success, it reflects on how well you've been able to help them. And I think that's so important to be able to see that. And health is just such an important thing in this day and age. You don't need to be a world champion lifter or anything like that. But if you're into looking after yourself and you're into, building a healthy body, it's so incredibly important to have the right training around you. Like you said, the right network, or not right nutrition, being in the right environment. All of these sort of things matter for a healthy life, healthy body. And it's so incredibly important. So then let's if we were to sum it up, how does one get to a world-class powerlifting level if they're starting from square one now? Let's just say in the next 2 years they want to be a world-class powerlifter. What would you recommend for them?
Find a good coach and listen to your coach.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Lovely. I mean, it's nice and short and sweet, and I think it is very true. It is very true. I mean, there's not much to powerlifting besides following your training program and do it well, eat well, sleep well. And from a simple point of view, it's quite simple, but also it's going to be very, very disciplined. Right?
Oh, all of the above.
Yeah, true.
If you want to be one of the best, then discipline just needs to be a part of your life. And eventually you do get to a point where you don't need to draw so much on discipline because it just becomes a habit.
That's true. That's true. I think the same thing when back in the day I was like counting calories, and then after like a couple of months you kind of look at a food and you can automatically gauge what you're eating, how much you're eating, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, but AI is so smart nowadays. Yeah, you don't even need to track your food with words. You can just take photos and it will track your food for you. Yeah. Obviously, it's not 100%, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think, as technology advances as well, I think eventually how cool would it be if you had glasses, that camera, and then every time you went around, it's like Apple, 64 calories, and you look at it, and it like pops up with how much everything is. That's like a bit full OCD. Like,
well, Apple's just came out with the new AirPods that translates different languages.
Yeah, I just ordered it. I actually just ordered the new AirPods. So, 'cause I'm going to China next month. I want to actually see if it works.
Oh, wait, how's your Mandarin?
My Mandarin is good.
Okay.
But it can be better.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes when it gets technical, I can't pick it up as much, especially when in business and they're talking about like technical specifications, chemicals and like formulas and stuff like that. It's, I'm just like, huh? What's that chemical? And then I have to Google Translate it. But yeah.
But you can't use Google Translate in China.
I mean, you can use roaming. So the hack is always like if you're on Vodafone, Optus or Telstra or whatever, you just switch on your $5 roaming.
Yeah.
And essentially it still thinks that you're in Australia. So that's how you get your, you can still use your data overseas. But yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, getting towards the end of the potty today, it's been a very interesting episode and thank you for coming on. But before we get to the end of the episode, where do people find you on social so they can follow your journey on, world-class powerlifting? Because I know you share a lot of stuff about your personal life and also you share a lot of stuff about fitness as well there. But where do people find you on socials? And if they wanted to train with you as well, we know you're at Steed Fitness, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Steed Fitness towards the City Milson Point in Chippendale. But where do they find you on social media?
Yeah, so on Instagram, you can find me at Yanstah, YANSTAH. And for training inquiries, www.coachingsimplified.com.au.
Coaching Simplified, easy as. All right, final question for today. This one is, I would actually be very curious to see what you say for this one. So we're on 0.01. We're all about, as you can see here, unlocking the cheat codes of life. To me, life is like a big sandbox. It's a big game. And we're going through and we progress through the different levels and we're still going through the different levels and we keep going until we die. But let's just say to get to the level you are today, if there was like a shortcut you can find, even though we know we don't like shortcuts in life, but let's just say we can put a cheat code, it'll bring the ladder up and then you can climb and skip a couple of levels, skip a couple of bits of pain for yourself. And you went back to 18-year-old Yani and you were to go and talk to him and be like, hey, this is a cheat code that I kind of learned. Right? Or this is a lesson that I kind of learned, but you can use that as a cheat code in your life right now to get to where you are today. Obviously, overcome all the challenges that you've overcome today, but to do it in half the amount of time. Maybe not when you're 30 to be a world champion. Maybe when you're 23 to be a world champion, 24 to be a world champion, and to be consistently a world champion and record breaker. And beyond that, maybe even have your business become even more successful. What would you say is that one cheat code you can pass on to your younger self or someone out there who aspires to be someone like you that can help them achieve an exponential amount of growth and results in significantly less time?
Go out there and find someone who has achieved what you want to achieve and invest the time and money to find out how they did it. Then do exactly that. And at times where you feel like you want to quit, ask yourself why you wanted to do that. And keep going back to that why, then keep going forward.
Very powerful. Nice and straightforward, nice and simple. So lock in on your why, so you know why you're doing something in the first place, so you don't quit. And then also find the person who has been there before you, done that, and literally just do what they've done. And you'll find the success.
Yep. Exactly right.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, Yani, and hope you enjoyed your time. And best of luck for the future competitions. Hope you break that record. Keep us updated.
Thank you. I'll
Let
try my
us know.
best.
Yeah, smash it. Even if it's by 0.5, you're still getting
Yep.
there, which is good. Keep us posted on your competitions. We're looking forward to seeing your success. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks for having me on the
for coming.
podcast.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I hope you have enjoyed that episode of Point 01. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow along on all our socials at Point 01 Podcast to watch all of the shorts again. We release an episode every single week, and we hope you will join us as we continue to explore the minds of those who make up the 0.01%. Until next time, keep hustling. I'm your host, Alan Fu. I'll see you on the next episode.